There is a city that was swallowed by the jungle for 500 years. When explorers finally cut through the vines, they found temples taller than buildings. Another civilization vanished beneath the ocean, discovered only when divers stumbled upon stone streets underwater. Fish now swim through doorways where people once walked. These are real cities that were lost for centuries and then found again. By the time we reach number 1, you will see ruins so perfectly preserved they look like everyone simply walked away yesterday. Throughout history, entire civilizations have disappeared. Wars, disasters, and time erased them from maps and memory. Then explorers, archaeologists, and sometimes accidents stumbled upon their remains. Hidden beneath sand, jungle, and water, lost cities waited to tell their stories. Here are 10 lost cities that were actually found. 10. Pompeii, Italy in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with devastating fury. The Roman city of Pompeii was buried under meters of volcanic ash in hours. For nearly 1,700 years, the city lay frozen in time. When excavations began, archaeologists found streets, homes, and even preserved bodies. Bread still sat in ovens, and artwork covered the walls. Rediscovered in 1748, during construction work, ash preserved buildings, artifacts, and human remains. Over 2,000 people died in the disaster, now one of Italy's most visited archaeological sites. 9. Petra, Jordan. Carved directly into rose-red cliffs, Petra was the capital of an ancient trading empire. The Nabatean people built temples, tombs, and homes into solid rock. For centuries, only local tribes knew of its existence. In 1812, a Swiss explorer disguised as a pilgrim rediscovered the hidden city. The treasury building alone took decades to carve from the cliff face. Located in modern-day Jordan, rediscovered by Johann Ludwig Burckhardt in 1812, UNESCO World Heritage Site, since 1985 featured in several famous adventure films. 8. Machu Picchu, Peru. High in the Andes Mountains, an Incan city sat hidden in the clouds. Spanish conquistadors never found it despite conquering the empire below. In 1911, American explorer Hiram Bingham was led there by a local farmer. Stone terraces and temples emerged from the mist exactly as the Incans left them. The site had been abandoned for over 400 years. Sits at approximately 2,430 meters above sea level, built around 1450 during the height of the Incan Empire, abandoned about a century later during Spanish conquest, rediscovered in 1911 by Hiram Bingham, one of the new 7 wonders of the world. 7. Angkor, Cambodia. Deep in the Cambodian jungle, an empire built the largest religious monument on earth. Angkor was once home to over 1 million people. When the Khmer Empire collapsed, the jungle swallowed everything. French explorers found temples wrapped in tree roots centuries later. Stone faces still stare from tower tops across the vast complex. Capital of the Khmer Empire from 9th to 15th century, Angkor Wat is the largest religious structure ever built. Population may have exceeded 1 million. Its peak, rediscovered by French naturalist Henri Mou in 1860. Trees still grow through many temple structures. 6. Troy, Turkey. For centuries, historians thought Troy was just a myth from ancient poems. The city of the legendary Trojan War seemed too fantastical to be real. Then in the 1870s, a German archaeologist began digging in Turkey. He found not one city, but 9 built on top of each other over millennia. The poems had been describing a real place all along. Location of the legendary Trojan War, excavated by Heinrich Schliemann in the 1870s. Multiple city layers span thousands of years. UNESCO World Heritage Site in Turkey. The cities ahead were buried even deeper, hidden for even longer, and their discoveries shocked the entire world. 5. Mohenjo-Daro, Pakistan. In the 1920s, railway workers in Pakistan uncovered something ancient. Beneath the earth lay one of the world's first major cities. Mohenjo-Daro had grid-planned streets, advanced drainage, and multi-story buildings. This was 4,500 years ago, when most humans still lived in simple villages. The civilization vanished, leaving only ruins and countless questions. Built around 2500 BCE in the Indus Valley, one of the earliest major urban centers on Earth, featured advanced water and sewage systems. Reason for abandonment remains unknown. UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1980. 4. Derinkuyu, Turkey. Beneath a Turkish town, workers renovating a basement broke through a wall. Behind it lay tunnels leading into the darkness below. Derinkuyu is an entire city carved underground, extending 18 stories deep. It could shelter 20,000 people from invaders for months. Ventilation shafts, storage rooms, and churches fill the stone depths. Located in the Cappadocia region of Turkey, extends approximately 85 meters underground, could house up to 20,000 people plus livestock. Features ventilation, water wells, and rolling stone doors connected to other underground cities by tunnels. 3. Pavlopetri, Greece. Off the coast of Greece, divers discovered streets beneath the Mediterranean waves. Pavlopetri is the oldest known underwater city in the world. Stone buildings, graves, and streets remain visible on the seafloor. The city sank over 3,000 years ago due to earthquakes. Fish now swim through what were once homes and markets. Located off the southern coast of Greece, submerged approximately 3,000 years ago, one of the oldest planned towns ever discovered, contains streets, buildings, and tombs underwater, studied using advanced underwater mapping technology. 2. Dwarka, India. Ancient texts described a legendary city swallowed by the sea. For centuries, Dwarka was considered pure mythology. Then divers found stone walls and structures beneath the Arabian Sea. The ruins matched descriptions from ancient Indian scriptures. Some structures appear to be over 9,000 years old. Located off the coast of Gujarat, India, described in ancient Hindu texts as Lord Krishna's kingdom. Submerged ruins discovered in 2000. Artifacts include pottery, walls, and carved stones. Age estimates remain debated among archaeologists. 1. Heraklion, Egypt. For over 1,000 years, the lost city of Heraklion was considered a legend. Ancient Greek texts mentioned a grand port city at the mouth of the Nile. In 2000, divers searching underwater found massive statues, staring up from the sand. An entire city lay preserved beneath 10 meters of water in the Mediterranean. Ships, gold coins, and towering columns emerged from the murky depths. Major Egyptian port before Alexandria was built sank due to earthquakes and rising seas around 8th century AD. Rediscovered in 2000 by French underwater archaeologist, contains giant statues, temples, and hundreds of ships. Artifacts still being recovered and studied today. You have just explored 10 cities that history forgot and time preserved. From volcanic ash tombs to underwater temples beneath the waves. We walked through underground labyrinths, cloud-racked ruins, and ports swallowed by the sea. At the top of the list, Heraklion proves that legends can become reality, sleeping beneath the Mediterranean for a millennium before divers woke it from the depths. Which lost city amazed you the most? Would you dive to explore Heraklion or walk through frozen Pompeii? Do you think more ancient cities are still waiting to be discovered? What location would you search for lost ruins? If this journey through forgotten civilizations fascinated you, tap like and subscribe for more. Soon, we will explore ancient mysteries that scientists still cannot explain, from impossible structures to vanished people.